Welcome to Dave's Show. My name is Dave, and today I'm here to talk about these ND filters with polarizer, all built into one, for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. A lot of you have been looking for these filters. Now, these are by K&F, and they did send me this product for review, but they wanted me to show you what they are and how they work. So I'm going to go into some real in-depth testing and give you some samples of what these do and why would you actually use them. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at these ND filters. Now, these are the ND 8, 16, 32, and 64, and these also have the PL, which is polarizing lenses. Now, like on here on the box, it says 8K Ultra HD. That doesn't really affect this camera. I don't know what that means there. But multi-layer coating, waterproof, anti-scratching. It has their Nano X series filtration type thing on it. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a nice little container that they come in, a little plastic box, and you can open them up like this, and now you can keep them in here and keep them safe. There's some foam and so forth. Taking a closer look at the filter on the back side of it, you have the magnets, because that's how it attaches on there. And then the front side has this little ring. This is for the polarizing part of the ring. Now there's a little white indicator here and also a tiny white indicator on the ring itself. You probably can't tell, but if you line those up, that gives you kind of the base starting point. And then this one rotates freely all the way around. Now, you can't probably tell very much on this, but what this does is it changes the polarity, the polarizing part of the filter. And this is pretty much good for like reflections. It changes the color a little bit. It reduces reflections like through water and windows and so forth. I'm going to test this out to show you, so stay tuned here towards the end of the video. We're going to do some live testings. Now, this one here is the ND8, and then it goes up from there. Now, why would somebody want to use an ND filter to begin with? Well, these are like sunglasses for your lens. So when you're going to have your camera set to certain settings, like if you're doing cinematic kind of stuff, you have to have certain settings. But when you're outside, it's going to be too bright. Everything's going to be blown out. So you put a little sunglasses, you put the filter on there to reduce the sunlight coming in so you can get the appropriate settings on your camera, which is really cool. Now I'm going to show you this. We're going to swing the lens out, and these just go on like that. They just snap right into place, and they're pretty good magnets. They're not super strong, but it looks like they hold on really well. Giving it the shake test, it's not going to go anywhere with that. I don't want to shake it too hard on here. Now if you do bump it, you know, it can come off, so you do kind of be a little bit careful on this depending on what your activity level is on there. Okay, a lot of people ask what happens to the filter if you turn this off while it's still on there, because the camera lens tucks itself into the gimbal part here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and show you. It does close in, and now you can, and if you can see that in there, it is facing that way, but it did kick it off. It's not perfectly on there. You can see it kicked it off. My recommendations is to take the filter off before you turn your camera off, because it can be in there and get stuck. Like if I push it in so it's nice and square, it'll protect the filter. That's fine. But now you cannot open this up. You can't turn this out. It's going to be stuck in there because there's not enough clearance. So I'm gonna kind of pop this off right now so I can take it off. There we go. So now I can rotate it. So if you do use these filters, I suggest you take the filters off before you turn the camera off, because it could knock this off or get lodged in there and get located. Now, I have tried other filters on this, and instead of locking all the way in, it actually will kick this back out to this position, but for some reason on this particular filter, it did not do that. But you might want to try it, but be prepared to knock it out of there just in case it gets stuck. So now the best way to show you how these work, or why you would actually use it, is to go outside and test it in the bright sunlight. So let's go take a look and see how these perform. Okay, now I'm outside and you can see how bright it is. Everything is blown out. Now I have this filming at 4K 30. I have a 1/60th of a for the shutter speed and a 100 for the ISO. So now let's take a look and see the filters. These are the ND filters with the polarizer. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first one, which is the ND8 on. Okay, so now you can see it changed quite a bit. It's gotten a lot better. Still a little bright, but not too bad. Now I'm going to try to spin the polarizer to show you the difference on that. Let's see if I can do it without getting my fingers Now watch the sky. You can see the sky. See how bright the sky is? As I spin this, you'll see that it cuts a lot of that glare off. So this is the same ND filter, and as I'm spinning it, you can see the difference. So ND8 with the polarizer makes a little bit of a difference. So this is the ND16 here. You can see that, and I'm going to go ahead and spin. Pardon my fingers in there, but you can see how dark and less glare the sky gets. That's the best way to look at it with the ND16. Okay, this is the ND32 on here. I'm going to go ahead and spin the filter. So you can see that's kind of the darkest part of it there to the brightest. So that's what it looks like with the ND32 in polarizer filter. And this is the 64. Okay, now you can see how dark this is. The 64 is just really, really too dark for this. If you have more direct sunlight, might be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do the spin. Again, pardon the fingers. Spin the filter. You can see the polarizing part of it. It gets darker. And then the sky gets a little bit lighter again. So you can see the differences between that. So there you have it, a detailed look at the ND filters with polarizing lenses by KNF Concepts. I hope you were able to see the differences and see if this is something that you are looking for your camera. If it is, then these might be the right ones for you.